more confident all the time, you know. We said, yeah, maybe we can do this. You know, we were playing good. Like I say, we had a good team.
This was a team that was experienced, that felt good about themselves, but they still were facing a team they almost never beat in international play.
That brought us to the Canadian game, and that was the moment of truth.
Despite the growing confidence of the U.S. team and coach Jack Riley, the sports writers and the Canadians felt the game would be a blowout.
They just thought they were so much stronger. I mean, the idea that they talk about, hey, we thought we were going to beat these guys by 7 goals, that's an awfully wide margin in hockey. That's not an opponent that you respect and expect is going to give you a good fight.
Well, you can count in one hand the number of times the U.S. beat Canada in the Olympics.
You're just hoping that you could play a good game and be competitive, you know, and you knew you were going to be in tough against them.
They were like playing teams that were in the NHL.
I still consider the Canadians in 1960 our biggest opponents.
You know, in the locker room, I think everyone in their own mind just said, hey, we're going at them and we're going to show them that we can play the game.
Knowing they needed a strong start, the U.S. attacks relentlessly in the first period.
We had a face-off in the Canadian end of the ice.
And I got to draw back to John Mayasich.
Mayasich took a long shot. She put from the point, he had a good shot.
And I got the rebound and knocked it in as I was getting hit pretty good by Mr. Senden.
And I think that was a big lift. That gave us a big lift because we knew, hey, we could do it against them.
Just the fact that we stayed with them as the game progressed, and you had that feeling, boy, we've got a chance. We get a goal here. We're in it.
Before we played Canada, I had another meeting with my board, Jim Claypool and Benny Bertini. They said, whatever you do, don't play Paul Johnson against the Canadian because he never goes back in the defensive zone. He didn't know where it was.
Johnson was a great offensive player, but he was not a skilled defensive player.
The Canadian team was pressing in our zone, came out from the corner behind me. I think Mayasich was on my side on defense. And we went to pick up the guy, and he shot the puck back out to the defense. But when he shot it out, Paulie intercepted it.
He had a breakaway from the red line, and he was all alone. And he got to the blue line and shot.
Took a big booming slap shot, put it over his shoulder, and I mean, just a great goal.
Paulie came toward the bench, and I said, Paulie, why'd you leave it go so early? He said, I had him beat.
And when that went in, I mean, it was like heaven. We were there.
You know, our bench erupted, and it caused some great concern for the Canadians. You could see them, you know, say, ooh.
Desperate to even the score, the Canadians mounted blistering counterattack, launching 32 shots in the last 2 periods against goalie Jack McCartan.
We got scoring chance after scoring chance after scoring chance after scoring chance, and we're getting nowhere.
Coach McCartan was tremendous. And, he was stopping everything.
He just rose to a level that had not been seen.
He had the Canadian players talking to themselves, I know that.
But then it was just a matter of hanging on. They scored, one goal. We just hung on until we could get the victory.
It was a big shock in 1960 to get beat by a team that's probably ranked about 4th or 5th in that tournament.
A great time to hear the final bell.
And then everybody is, you know, throwing their gloves around and sticks like they do, you know.
Any time we play Canada, we're the underdogs. And for us to do what we did against Canada was pretty good.
They're still talking about us, but that's good.
Beating Canada was probably one of big thrills. The fact that you never think you could.
A hot goalie at the right time can make the difference between a mediocre team and an Olympic gold medal victory team.
No goalie ever played as well as McCartan played that night.